as you can see on the street there outside the Parliament. Another huge phalanx of police moving in there. They are taking control of the entire area outside the front of that Parliament building, an area that was held by protesters just 30 or so minutes ago, protesters who then broke in through the front of the Parliament, a Parliament that had been barricaded by steel barriers. It took them about 20, 30 minutes to break in, perhaps longer. Once they did get in, they were confronted by a water cannon, and then there was a charge of snatch squads who came out. Snatch squads of police.
Okay.
Let's bring in our international affairs editor, Dominic Waghorn, who's a camera op, is the one that's got the hand on it from police. Dominic, what's happening now? You're being moved off.
Yeah, we're being moved off, as you can see, en masse by considerable force by police. They were up the streets, effectively an army of police security forces. Street, and then they moved in, told us to move, and they have swept us off the streets outside the Parliament pretty aggressively, as you can see. I doubt they're all police officers. They're all masked. It's hard to work out exactly who they are, but they are determined to clear the area outside the Parliament, as you can see, and they're moving us on pretty aggressively, trying to clear the area. We're now well away from the Parliament, and they're trying to move people right through. Their big fear, I guess, that large crowds of protesters gather here, and we see the kinds of gatherings of people in their thousands, their tens of thousands that we've seen already in Tbilisi. And as you can see, they've been largely peaceful, apart from that attack on the barricades outside the Parliament. The police are pretty aggressive, taking nothing for chance. They've seen the Parliament attacked, and they have now moved in to clear the area. They're being pelted by water bottles now. They're being thrown in their direction. So what you're seeing now is the front phalanx of, effectively, battalions of police and security forces who've come here. They were hiding in the wings as the protesters attacked the building and, as you say, prized open the metal barricade outside the Parliament. And then suddenly they came out of that gap in the barricade, snatch squads grabbing people, beating them, and then a sea of black, really, of police poured out of the building and the streets either side, and they've now moved in to clear the area. I don't know how far back you can see behind them, but there are water cannon there as well that they have put in place to try and keep the area clear. So the protesters are holding a line now. If we turn the camera around, you can see thousands of angry mood as they jeer and boo the police, amongst them the blue and yellow colours of the European Union and the reds and whites of the Georgian flag. And what they fear, these protesters, is their country, as we've been hearing from protesters, talking to them outside the Parliament before they were aggressively moved on. What they fear the most is their country has been taken away from them, that their future is being robbed. As one protester put it to me pretty eloquently, she feels her country is up for sale and it cannot be sold. Let's ask someone. Do you speak English, sir? How do you feel?
Not more.
What's your message to the police?
We want Europa. We don't want Russia. Russia is our enemy. Our government is slowly of Russia.
You want Europe and you don't want Russia?
Yes.
Let's move down the line of people here who are cheering against the police on the line here. Do you speak English?
Yes, of course.
What is your thoughts as you stand here with your police arrayed against you here on the streets outside your Parliament?
Our Parliament is not listening to us first, but this is our Russian law. We are deciding this, and now you are saying everything about us. Look, our police, look everything about us. No one wants to listen to us. And we are together, and you know, the 1 hour ago, we was maybe only 2,000 people, and now we are more, and we will more.
Can you beat this? Can you win, though, against this number of police? How do you now prevail?
Of course, because we are together. Every time we're Georgians, and we are thinking only for real, not for dream. And our government is going on the Russian road only, no more.
What can the outside world do to help you? America and Europe, what can they do to help you?
Please, Europe, listen us, listen our child, listen our people, please, and help us to make everything for Georgia. We are together, we are Europe, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Those are the sentiments of the crowd. A fear of being dragged towards Russia. They say they're not Russian. They want to be part of Europe. They fear that this bill that's been rammed through Parliament now by what they regard as a pro-Russian party, governing party, will drag them back into the Russian sphere of influence and away from that dream that they cherish, membership of the European Union. But the government has been determined to dig in its heels, determined to push through this law, and now have amassed an array on the streets of Tbilisi, a huge number of police who are now holding a line outside the Parliament, and now it seems moving, inching forwards possibly. No, they're holding the line. So, Kamali, it's a very tense situation here. The protesters, as you heard that gentleman say there, determined to hold their ground, and these police equally determined to move them on.
So, OK, Dom, International Affairs Editor Dominic Waghorn there, and team, thank you for that reporting.